Hello everyone, welcome back to Hermione Reads Comics. I'm Hermione and I read comics. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about something that I read on the internet that deals with Marvel and their and what they did to Miles. Now I do have Blood Hunt issue number 3, and this is supposed to be the comic that explains when Miles was turned. And from the article and from the screenshots, we all know he was turned by Blade. So one of the things that it says in the article is that Miles is going to be tasked with the job of trying to get to Blade's daughter. Now we all know that Blade's daughter is with Dracula and with, I think, the Avengers or something like that. I know she's with Dracula. So Miles has to get to her. And of course we did see that he was kind of with some people when we all found out that he had been bitten and turned by whoever, and then we find out, of course, it's Blade. So that was I will say that was a shock for me, because I was not expecting it, and even though I should have expected it, I was not expecting it. So the release that Marvel gave about Miles Morales and his vampirism is that after the event is over, he is still going to be a vampire. So apparently he is not cured in the event. He still has his powers, but apparently he probably isn't enthralled to Blade anymore. He's kind of his own entity now. So one of the blurb on the first Miles Morales Spider-Man after the Blood Hunt event is basically that he's a danger to his family. With the fact that he regains his independence as a solo vampire, he is now able to make those choices, and it's interesting because we do know that there is one other, two vampires that do not like being a vampire, but they are not cured, because apparently there is no cure for vampirism. Once you're turned, you're turned. But what she does is she drinks blood that Moon Knight is able to secure for her. So she is able to sate her hunger and not be a danger to other people. Which is good. So maybe that's something that Miles will get as well. So one of the things that Marvel announced when they were talking about Miles Morales and his new status is it's going to be a permanent thing, which means he's going to be a vampire for the foreseeable future. Now, is he going to stay that way? We don't know. Now, we know that Marvel's idea of permanency is not the same as our version of it. They will keep a character a certain way until it gets in the hands of someone else and they're told, okay, you need to change, we need to undo this, and you're the one that's going to do it. There is no way in the world that you can cure Miles of his vampirism and not explain how it happened, because we all know that Marvel hasn't undone the vampirism of Moon Knight's secretary and that other guy. We know that that bunny girl was, I don't know if she's still a vampire or they undid her. I don't really know. Sorry, but Miles is a character that half the people love him and half the people hate him. But you got to admit, Miles being a vampire is different. And I personally am going to follow it until they decide to unmake him a vampire, which I hope that their reasoning makes some kind of sense. We also know from the cover art that he is going to be part of a group called the Blood Hunters. They're having their little own solo thing. So maybe being part of this group, he will be cured of his condition and he will be back to being normal. But we all know what this means. It means that until he is cured, he is going to be a danger to everyone. So we'll see what happens. We're still in the middle of the event and everything. And I, for one, am really interested in seeing what happens and how things continue. So what I want to know from my subscribers and anyone that might come and find this video, how long do you think that Miles is going to stay a vampire, or do you kind of guess that Miles may be forever one? Because I will say this, it is if Marvel decides that Miles Morales is going to stay a vampire, he is never going to grow old. He is going to stay the same age that he is now. And that is not going to be any fun, because his parents will grow old and they will die, and he will be just looking ahead in shadows. Anyways, let's hope and pray and tell that that this is not the same as they did to Miss Marvel, because that was not good. All right, so I will see you guys next time. Bye.